We are a family-owned and operated funeral home where we offer complete personalized funeral services, leading our community in funeral and cremation services. Make an appointment for your pre-need and at-need arrangements by calling us at 702-647-0123. Once again, that number is 702-647-0123. Serenity Funeral Home, caring for your loved ones as if they're our own.
Chico Sticks, Pickles, Jolly Ranchers, Mary Janes, Pop Rocks, Lemon Heads. Should I go on? Bitter Honey, Freeze Cups, Candy Cigarettes. Listen, how about you make your way down to the modern day Candy Lady and see all of this and more? Satisfy that sweet tooth Tuesday through Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. at Sight and Sound Candy and more. Follow us on IG at Sight and Sound Candy and on Facebook at Sight and Sound Candy. We are located at 1000 North Martin Luther King on the corner of Washington and MLK. Give us a call, 702-648-4444. Again, that number, 702-648-4444. Thank you.
Broadcasting live from downtown Las Vegas, you're tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
Yo, you tuned in to Gorilla Cross Radio.
Welcome to Let the Ball Bounce, man. This your host, Ray Bailey.
Man, who's Thomas? What's good, people?
What it do, man? What it do, man?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Giving you guys another Tuesday at 6 p.m. ish. Radio show, man. Via Skype, man. Again. Gorilla Cross Studios, man. We appreciate Quan for taking the time out to make sure that we get our things together for this Skype, man. So we can have a sports talk radio show for all of our listeners, man. Every Tuesday at 6 p.m. and every Saturday at 2 p.m. Man, we are here to give you guys the best sports talk radio, man. What's up with Ghost?
Man, chilling, man. Live from the garage. You know, that's on this lovely Tuesday evening. Shout out to Quan 59, man, for holding us down, man, here in the studio and bringing us to you via Skype, man.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
All bounce.
Yeah, just got some text message, man. Asking when we coming on, man. Say, we just stand by.
Stop texting me already.
We here, man. Yes, indeed, man. We appreciate everybody chiming in, though, man.
Yeah, let the ball bounce, man. Every Tuesday and Saturday, man. We appreciate you guys for giving us a little bit of time to spend with your guy, Dre Bailey.
Yeah, man. Who's Thomas?
Look, man. Let the ball bounce on Twitter, man. And that is with one T. Come on, man. Follow us on Twitter, man. Hit us at lettheballbounce@gmail.com if you want to be a sponsor of the show. Let the ball bounce on all your social media platforms, man. If you want to be a sponsor, man, it's really easy. Hit us in our inbox. Like I said, hit us at lettheballbounce@gmail.com. Shoot us your information, man. We'll shoot you our packages, man, and get you in here, man. Big ups to Serenity Funeral Home and Sight and Sound Candy and more for being the sponsors of the LTBB crew, man. We appreciate them, and we appreciate those businesses for doing big things in the community, man. Let the ball bounce on IG, man. Follow us, hit us in the DM, man. Let us know what it do, man. Sometimes we do live shows on that joint also. And let the ball bounce on Facebook, man, where we got the hottest sports talk page in the land. If you notice, man, I switched my view so it can show real trophies from my not just that little soccer joint I had.
The plaques. I see the plaques in the back, bro.
Gotta collect those, man. I got my daughter's track plaque and my son's basketball plaques up there, man.
Absolutely, man. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. So we appreciate everybody chiming in, man. We have the draft upon us tomorrow. It's already been some free agency moves and trades that's been taking place the past couple of days. And look, man, we're going to get you guys abreast. We're going to talk about some NBA and some NFL for you guys too, man. So we hope everybody out there in the world and everybody out there who is listening to Let the Ball Bounce is staying safe. You're wearing your mask. You're keeping your social distancing. The COVID is real, but at the same time, we're here to promote not to stop living, man. We want you guys to continue to live your life, man. And this is just a minor hurdle that we have to get over, man, in order to beat this thing.
Absolutely. Totally agree, man. I had a couple of family members, man, within the past couple of weeks come down with it, man, and, calling them up every day, man, checking on them, making sure they're good, man. And it's definitely a real thing. But like Dre said, man, everybody just stay safe, man. And, whether you believe in it or not, man, just follow the guidelines, man. That's all.
That's it.
And you leave that house, man, throw your mask on, man. It's really not a difficult thing to do, man. So just abide by the rules, man, and we'll get through this thing.
Yeah, we'll get through it, man. And, at the end of the day, man, it's looking like, to me, in my opinion, and I can only speak for myself, that Mayor Goodman, although it wasn't articulated the way that she wanted to, it's looking like she was right. I'm going to treat everybody as if they already had it or has it or is going to get it. That is how we need to be doing things in this country, man. And so don't think that you're a Zoom. Don't think that you're exempt, from getting the COVID. And at the same time, man, we just cannot stop living. So
really not, man. I got too much going on, man. I got ish to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I can't stop living, man. So like we said, man, just obey the rules, man, and we'll get through it.
Okay. Well, we can hit the ground running, man, and start with these NBA trades and trade deadline and free agencies and NBA free agency, man. And so where you want to start, man? Do you want to start on the East?
Let's start with the elephant in the room. Let's start with the elephant in the room, man. I mean, James Harden to the Nets seems like it'll happen, but we really don't know. Like, it's just kind of like up in the air. And I've never seen, first of all, he rejected a 2-year, $103 million deal. Let's start there.
Boy, I wouldn't have done that. I
wouldn't have done that. I'm not doing that.
Give me my 2 years, then I'll go join the Nets.
Like, come on, man. Like, we talking about $51.5 million a season, bro.
He would have been the highest paid NBA player in NBA history.
Far. Not even close. By far. So I'm going to ask everybody out there in that's listening to us on GorillaCross.com and that's watching us on Facebook and on YouTube Live. Did that $25 million deal that a year that Kobe Bryant signed sound so bad now? Does it sound bad? Does it really sound bad? I mean, come on, man. Let's be honest here, man. Does it sound bad now? Like, I understand, circumstances, of course, with the salary cap and all of that good stuff. But let's look at it. Let's look at this thing in totality. If you look at the salary cap, then we're talking about what? That was what, 2011?
Yeah.
When he signed that deal? Somebody fact check that for me. I want to say it was 2011. It was right after, I want to say it was right after the chip, the second chip. I want to say.
Right.
But does it really sound that bad now? 2 years, $50 million?
My thing is this, man. If I'm James Harden, I would have took that deal.
Absolutely.
Most definitely. And then made a decision to go and try to join forces with another team. And see, this has really been my gripe about the NBA fans and just the NBA fans in a total.
Right.
Why aren't we holding the same type of standards that we do with other people? I mean, if this was LeBron James,
or anybody else for that matter,
they would be going in on him for wanting to join a Kyrie and KD team.
Right.
But it seems, go ahead.
Yeah, they went in on him for, of course, joining up with the Miami Heat. And this is my thing. It's called free agency. I'm going to say that one more time for the people way in the back. It's called free agency, guys, which means I can go wherever the hell I want to go.
Pretty much.
As
so
long
what is that?
It doesn't matter. I can go join up with whoever I feel like joining up with. My thing is, if you think it's unfair, get better at basketball. Get better at basketball. And maybe it won't be unfair. But as long as you suck, it's going to always be unfair to you.
Right.
You stink. So get better at basketball and stop telling free agents that's able to go wherever they want to go what to do. Because number one, it's not your mind, so you're not making the decision. And number two, it's not your money.
You know, we have a huge problem in America right now with other people always in other people's pocket.
Man, it sucks.
Like, I don't understand it, bros. I don't understand it. Like right now, and not to change the subject, right now I am embarking on getting a huge project done down on Sahara and Maryland Parkway.
Yeah.
And I've invited multiple contractors in to give me quotes and bids on getting the actual project done.
Right.
And I say that to say, you should see some of these quotes, bros. You should see some of these quotes that I'm getting from people who in my pocket. People who in my pocket who think that I just got millions of dollars and they are really trying to, I mean, they're not trying to give me a bid to try to get the job. They're trying to get the bid to take as much money as possible. Do you know that I got a $97,000 quote to run all of the wiring and do the internet inside of the whole building?
Wow. It has to be state of the art.
So I say all that to say, stay out of these millionaires' pockets, please.
Please.
Worry about yourself.
Please.
But at the end of the day, just because Harden goes to the Nets does not guarantee that they're going to win a championship ring.
At all. Do y'all realize what they be giving up if they got James Harden?
The entire team. And the GM. I heard that the GM was part of the package.
Yeah, man. Hey, you gotta go. Yeah. like this is not a Lakers situation where they're giving up dudes that haven't necessarily proved themselves. They're improving slowly, but we really don't know what they'll do. No, we're talking about a group of dudes that have proved themselves, that essentially were the reason that the Nets were a playoff team to begin with.
Yep.
Let's keep it a whole 100 around here. These dudes that they talking about getting were the reason that the Brooklyn Nets were a playoff team in the first place.
Yeah.
You talking about a dude like Jared Allen, who, again, we've had this conversation about Jared Allen multiple times. We saw this dude after a stellar season in the NBA say, you know what? I think I need to play summer league ball one more time.
Yeah.
Like he's one of the more prolific shot blockers, rim protectors and rebounders in the game.
Right now.
Say, you know what? I think that summer league bid gonna do me good one more good time, man. I need to do that. You got a Karis LeVert who's definitely coming to his own. You got a Spencer Dinwiddie who's a starting point guard in the National Basketball Association. This is what the Nets will be giving up to get James Harden. This ain't like the Lakers giving up, basically a green, Lonzo Ball and a improving BI who's definitely not the BI then as he is now. It's not even close. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk about dudes that can go to any other team and help them tremendously right now.
Let me ask you this question. If James Harden goes to the Nets, how would that work on the offensive end with Kyrie being the starting point guard, now having two wing players in Harden and KD, where he has to be a playmaker now?
I mean, I don't think he has an issue being a playmaker necessarily. But I'm looking at Kyrie and James Harden and asking myself, just how many basketballs are there? Because somebody like Kevin Durant, who can pretty much survive without the basketball. He doesn't have to have the basketball to be efficient. He doesn't have to have the basketball in his hands. We've seen him come off down screens and knock down mid-range jumpers. He's been doing it his entire career. So I kind of think in this instance, KD gets lost in this shuffle.
Ooh.
Not the other two. KD gets lost here.
You talking about the most sensitive dude out of that trio? Yikes.
Well, Kyrie got a little sensitivity on him too, but you might be trending in the right direction right there, bro.
I mean, both of them sensitive, but what I'm hearing in the tri-state area is I'm hearing that KD,
and that's New York, Jersey, Pennsylvania, for those that don't know what the tri-state area is.
What I'm hearing down in that area is that KD wants Harden, but Kyrie, not
so much. And for obvious reasons. I mean, is there any more obvious reason? I mean, again, how many basketballs are there? KD has a vested interest in this entire thing, being that James Harden was his teammate at one point. But you got a Kyrie Irving who, number one, can't stay healthy to save his life. I don't know what the deal is with this guy, but they're the same dude. They're the same guy. So again, I ask everybody that's listening and watching us on Facebook Live, on YouTube Live, and on the Gorilla Cross Radio app, how many basketballs are there? We don't know. We don't know.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, man. It'll be really interesting if Houston gives up James Harden, because he's still under contract.
Sure.
You don't want to go into the season with a player who doesn't want to be there. And my thing is, and you know this, I've been saying this for over a decade now, that if I was a GM, I'm not sending my disgruntled player anywhere he wants to go.
Right.
Trust me.
Absolutely.
He'll be going right to the Memphis Grizzlies for Ja Morant or some damn body. Like, I'm not gonna send you to a team. I don't care if it's on the East or the West. I'm not gonna send you to a team that is going to allow you to team up with two other mega stars, so you guys can win championships for years to come. And my team is out in the cold. That's not happening.
No, I agree. I sent him to Orlando. Orlando, man. Why not?
Why not? You want to be on the East so bad, send him to Orlando.
I mean, well, shoot, I might have to switch that up. Hell, everybody want to go to the Pelicans now. They got a team full of guards. See how many guards they got on that roster, bro?
Yeah, I think, yeah. And speaking of, we can go right to the Pelicans. The Pelicans traded away Drew Holiday to the Bucks, which is, in my opinion, that's a great move for the Bucks.
Absolutely.
They
No doubt
had,
for the
the Bucks had to do some things in order to try to entice the Greek Freak to stay. And that was a good one. I mean, you really went out and got one of the most underrated point guards in the National Basketball Association.
I think he's the most underrated point guard in the NBA. I really do.
Literally. Literally.
He's really
Milwaukee gave up George Hill.
Yep.
And they gave up Bledsoe.
Yes.
So now you have Bledsoe over in
Didn't they give up some picks as well?
Oh, most definitely gave up some picks.
But did they give up any picks? I want to say they gave up two picks as well.
First rounders.
2 first rounders, bro. Somebody knows how important Derek Collins is, bro. They know how important he is, bro.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, look at what David Griffin, the now GM, he has so much to work with now to try to build some type of team over in New Orleans. I mean, he got a backpack full of first rounders, and he has some really good assets over there that he can trade away to try to build a nice team over there, man. You got, Bledsoe, you got Hill, you got Lonzo Ball, you got Hart, name any other guards.
You got about 6 guards, bro. That's insane to me. That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. Isn't Derek Favors still there? Is that like they only big?
I think so.
Wow.
But the fact that New Orleans has all these guards gives them the opportunity to try to, bring some people in there to kind of fill that roster out where it makes sense. And so every team in the league needs some good quality guards. And George Hill is one of them. Eric Bledsoe is still serviceable. I don't necessarily think he's a superstar, but I think he can help a team. Yeah. And you got BI still over there. You got Lonzo Ball, who's improving. You got Josh Hart, who's improving, and you still got Zion Williamson over there. That the main centerpiece to your team.
Yeah. I'm with you, man. I think though it could be some movement prior to the start of the season. I don't see them starting the season with half their roster being guards, bro. I don't see that. And I could be wrong, man. Please, if I'm wrong, it won't be the first time.
Right.
But like to have most of your roster be 6'3" and under, I'm not so certain about that, man. The Rockets tried it once and it didn't work, man. So, You know what I mean? Like I'm not with that. It worked for about 3 weeks, and it was like, we can't rebound the basketball, dog. Like this is.
I don't see the Pelicans keeping George Hill. I think George Hill either gets cut or they move him, to a team that may need some veteran backup point guard play for a contender. I mean, if I'm the Clippers, I'm looking at George Hill. I'm like, I can bring in George Hill. He plays defense, and he'd
be their best point guard right now if he went.
Yeah,
he'd be the best point guard.
And I don't think he'll be able to.
Thinking, not to cut you off, I was thinking Phoenix, perhaps.
No.
What do you think about Phoenix? Him being a backup down there to Chris Paul.
Speaking of Phoenix, Chris Paul gets traded from OKC to the Phoenix Suns. Yeah.
Right into that thing, bro.
Well, he slid right into there for Kelly Oubre and a couple of picks and Rubio, who is pretty upset about that.
Chris Paul's better than you.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't care how bad I talk about his hamstrings, and I do talk about him bad. He's better than Ricky Rubio, bro. Like, we're not here to debate that.
It's not even debatable. But I mean, putting George Hill over there as a backup point guard, a veteran backup point guard with that young team over there, man. Phoenix look like they cooking right now.
Yeah, they could possibly be cooking. I mean, they won all 8 bubble games. I mean, they're riding on something like a wave right now. DeAndre Ayton gets a year older. I'm not sure about their front court in totality. Maybe they can pick up to back up Ayton. Maybe JaVale McGee might be available. Who knows? But they need a little bit of veteran leadership, man, that can actually play and give them some minutes.
Right.
I'm not sure off the top of my head outside of JaVale McGee, somebody that would actually be available. I'd have to, really sit down and do some pondering on that. But to get a vet like that, I mean, that could at least help you. He's a good shot blocker and he's a good rebounder. So, I mean, they may be considering that. I'm not sure what the Lakers are going to do with JaVale McGee. I'm like, in my head, I'm certain they won't bring him back, but I'm not Jeannie Buss or Rob Pelinka, so I don't know.
Right. Well, I just want our listeners and our followers to understand this. Blake Griffin, Tyson Chandler, and can you name another big man that has played with Chris Paul where he has completely transformed their game? DeAndre Jordan. So absolutely. What he's going to do for Aiden over there in Phoenix, good Lord.
Be ugly. And I'm really, please, everybody, don't get me wrong. I am I root for Chris Paul, bro. I truly do. I root.
Stop it, man. You know you don't like that boy.
I root for Chris Paul. I genuinely love him. It's just his hamstrings that I don't love, bro. I have no respect for this man's hamstrings. None. I got respect for him, though. But his hamstrings, kick rocks, G. And it's crazy, man, because you got a dude that's probably more deserving than anybody to win a championship in Chris Paul, who his legs have failed him time and time again. He does not deserve that. Chris Paul don't deserve that, bro.
Well, I like Chris Paul. I've always liked Chris Paul. I don't necessarily think it was all Chris. I mean, up until the injury, a lot of people thought that Chris Paul going to Houston wasn't going to be a good fit, but they actually made it work up until he got at the time where he got injured.
But I just don't think James Harden truly wanted him there.
No,
that's just my feeling.
And see, that's my thing is why not when he can help your team? Is it because you think that he was going to take the ball out of your hands? And if you're thinking that way, James Harden, what do you think is going to happen over in New Jersey?
Yeah. Like, come on, man. Look, some things, you know how, growing up, we would, play on the blacktop or play it, at the gyms. And, we wanted to pick our guys, our buddies that we love and know.
Yep.
We wanted to pick them every single time, man, and run the gym ragged. But once we got on the court, we realized that we could not play alongside each other in real life, man.
Nope.
We couldn't. Like, this ain't gonna work, bro. Because you like to take the air out of the basketball and I like to pass it. It's not gonna work. If I like to pass and you like to take the air out of the ball, we can't coexist. That's not going to work. And I think with this, assuming that this trade happens, I'm looking at this like, again, bro, how many basketballs are there, bro? Like, are y'all really finna make this work with two ball-dominant dudes? Yep. And then the only one that's going to be upset at the end of the day is Kevin Durant.
Yep.
He can actually play basketball. He can move without – he doesn't have to have the rock. He doesn't have to have it. So he just like watching y'all two dudes dribble all day. Y'all taking turns dribbling.
I just don't want it to be any excuses for these dudes in Brooklyn if they don't win a ring. Because in my opinion, if they get James Harden, it's championship or bust.
Period. These dudes ain't young. They ain't like they in their mid-20s, man. These dudes in their 30s right now, bro. All three of them. So what are we talking about?
Yep.
Need to win right now. If they don't, it's a travesty, bro.
It is. And I don't think that the Brooklyn should give up so many of their key blue-collar guys. Like the guys that they're giving up are blue-collar guys that will play their role to perfection. Yeah. Why would you want to give that up?
Right. And Kyrie's 28. He pushing 30.
Well, shit, his body is like an old man. I don't want to hear about him being 28 years old. He got a body of a 50-year-old. He can't even stay healthy for an entire NBA season.
They didn't think the earth is flat. I mean, I don't know. I can't get with you on that, bro. I can't get with you on that, man. We just watched the SpaceX dock at the International Space Station. And the shots that we were given from the International Space Station at least proves to me that the Earth takes on a spheric look. Nothing about it says a box, bro. A square. Even a rectangle, bro. Nothing about what I saw on last night when SpaceX docked at the ISS. And shout out to brother, Mr. Victor Glover, who is the first African-American astronaut to stay an extended period of time at the ISS, man. Shout out to you, brother, and Godspeed.
Yeah.
It looked round to me from what I saw. Now, if NASA is pulling the wool over our eyes, God gonna get them.
Now, did you say NASA or Massa?
Whoa. Whoa. NASA. Yeah, NASA. But I mean, come on, man. Kyrie, I don't believe you, bro. Not until you stay healthy.
He got to stay healthy.
Stay healthy.
He got to stay healthy, bros.
Mm-hmm. So
got to stay healthy, bros.
It's going to be interesting, man, to see exactly what transpires with that situation. Bro, honestly, I think they're fine. You got Kyrie, you got KD, you got Joe Harris that you get ready to give an extension to.
Yeah,
deserves it.
Yeah,
and you got the core that made you a playoff team to begin with.
Well, if I were Joe Harris,
man, you better ride out with him, because I heard today that the Milwaukee Bucks had the best roster in the Eastern Conference. I beg to differ that.
So let's go to the Bucks. But if before we switch over from the Brooklyn Nets, if I was Joe Harris and I seen James Harden coming over, y'all got to trade me though, dog.
I gotta go.
I ain't gonna never get no more balls.
I gotta go. I'm out. I'm gonna go to somebody that can use my services.
Well, if if the trade goes through, they will be sending all of the others, the blue collar guys, over to Houston. Trevor Ariza was traded to Houston for Robert Covington. Robert Covington goes to the Blazers. I think that's a great move.
That's gigantic. He could be the anti-Nicholas Batum. Whoa. He could be, he's everything that Nicholas Batum wished he was.
Well, let's not crap on Nicholas Batum, because when he was over there in Portland for the Blazers, the boy was balling.
He did okay. He did.
It's just when he joined that GOAT team over there
dog, and the boy getting ready to make $27 million this year coming up.
I thought he retired 3 years ago, bros.
How many points did Nicholas Batum average, bro?
Over in Charlotte?
This past season.
Maybe 11, bro. Maybe.
I think it was less than that, bro.
I know he spent a lot of time hurt. I know that.
Less than that, bro. Quan, please look that up for us, bro. Please. I think he averaged less than that, bro. I don't think he averaged double digits.
That's tragic. Tragic.
What are you doing? $27 million for what, sir?
Well, let me tell you this, bros. If you want to go anywhere to get a big payday and just basically chill, Charlotte is the place.
Charlotte is your spot. Charlotte is your spot. No doubt about it. Charlotte is your spot.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you this. The fact that Portland got Covington, I don't think that Portland is done. And if I was Portland, this is just me, your boy Jeremy Grant is still available.
Ooh. Yo, Nicholas Batum averaged 3.6 points a game last year, bro. It's some things you can't make up, Dre.
That's tragic. That's tragic.
I told you he averaged less than that, bro. He get $27 million for what?
That's tragic.
Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. This is the world we live in, man. This is the world that we live in right now.
Well, the world that we live in,
6 points again.
The world that we live in is shown that anything can happen. And so by Drew Holiday going over to the Bucks, the Bucks didn't stop there.
No.
They went right to Sacramento.
Yes, they did.
Probably picked up the best shooter that was available.
Oh, no, it's not a probably. It's not a probably. He is. Boy is a walking bucket. Bro.
Yes,
he gets buckets. Now, they had to give up my favorite buck, Dante DiVincenzo, of Villanova, who's a bucket getter himself. Yeah. But he just didn't. I don't know what it is, man. He just didn't quite develop in Milwaukee and put in a great situation, a winning situation. Right. Now, him going to Sacramento, I'm not sure what his development looks like at this point.
Yeah, because you still got Buddy Hield over there who's in the same position he is. Right. But at the same time, Buddy Hield is rumored to want out. He wants out of Sacramento, and so that's going to be huge too to see what team makes a push, if any.
I heard the Dallas Mavericks.
I heard he wants to go to the Dallas Mavericks. And to be honest with you, with Kristaps Porzingis and White Magic is what I'm gonna call him over there. Luka, boy, let me tell you, that is the perfect fit. You know why? Because your boy Tim Hardaway Jr. is a free agent too.
Now, with that said, I'm glad you mentioned Tim Hardaway Jr. because I believe he would be the key piece if Buddy Hield was to go to Dallas. He would be the key piece that if he stayed, the Dallas Mavericks can be a serious contender in the Western Conference.
Yep.
Like a serious one.
Right.
Keep Porzingis healthy. You keep Luka healthy. And you cooking with grease, bro.
Yes, you are.
With that team. You are. They pose a problem.
Yeah. We appreciate everybody chiming in and Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio, man, with your guy, Dre Bailey.
And Goose Thomas.
Big ups to Moses Scurry, who just joined the live watch party, man. Moses, man, we need to get you back on the show, man. We need to get you back on the show. I know Chris Wynn said John Concack's huge contract with the Hawks back in the day is who we can thank for below average players getting 8 figures.
Yikes. Suck, bro. Ha! Is what it is, though.
I like the moves that the Bucks have made.
Absolutely.
It definitely keeps them relevant. But at the same time, those key people that the Bucks have picked up, Chris Middleton still needs to play better.
He has to
not let you off the hook, Chris Middleton. You are getting paid. You are top 10 high paid power forwards in the league. Yeah. There is no reason why you should not be bringing it every single night.
Chris Middleton makes $35 million a year, bro.
Yikes.
You better do something. You better do something, bro. ASAP. $35 million? That comes along with a lot of responsibility, brother.
Yeah.
You better get it together.
Yeah.
Get it together, man. Yeah, that I'm still improving. Nah, G. $35 million is superstar money.
Well, let me say this.
What are you?
I would, man,
no.
I'll take it.
No. Chris Middleton ain't no superstar in this league. No. No.
No, he's not.
But he's making superstar money, though.
Yes, he is.
I need you to do some superstar-ish. ASAP Rocky.
Well, let me tell you this. I would pick the Bucks coming out of the East if Michael Redd was walking through that door.
Yeah. I'm with that.
I still think that the Bucks completely make it interesting now. I mean, you got a Boston team, you got a Miami team, you still got a Toronto team. We need to see what they're going to do with Van Fleet. And then now you got the Nets. You got some, it's kind of thick over there though, G. It's kind of thick.
It really is, man. The East is, they're back. The Eastern Conference is back, man. And when you're competitive like that, when the Eastern Conference is competitive, the NBA is great. When the Eastern Conference competes as a whole, in totality, I'm saying, not just a couple, 2-3 teams. I'm talking about give me 7 to 8 teams that you could say, hey, man, this team got a legit shot.
Right.
At doing something. When that happens, the NBA is far better because I get to the point where I don't even watch the Eastern Conference playoffs half the time.
Oh.
I'm like, I don't want to see this.
So with the free agents that are still out there, what moves do the Lakers need? I know they need shooting, and who is available? Did you think, because they still have Kyle Kuzma as trade bait?
Right. And I think just a shooter at this point would suffice. I don't. Excuse me. I'm not one for a crowded locker room. I don't like big crowds, man. Three's a crowd, man.
Right.
And if you have LeBron and AD, who both of them can be 2 people by themselves each, we got a crowd there. And my thing is, and I said this You know, when the season started, and I'm saying it again, shooting, consistent 3-point shooting is, I would say, 99% of our problem, because defense isn't. We saw what they could do defensively. So defense isn't the issue. But consistent 3-point shooting, in my opinion, is the only problem. And and I'm talking about come playoff time that the Lakers have. Now, this past playoffs, the Lakers got hot. Let's call it what it is, bro. They got hot. I'm a fan, but I'm always keep it a buck. The Lakers got hot, bro. KCP got hot. The team got hot. So they were able to overcome. But that's not going to happen all the time, bro. No. You're not going to be able to just get hot and ride the wave. No. Because that's just not real life.
So do you trade Kyle Kuzma? Do you make Kyle Kuzma right now available for the Los Angeles Lakers?
Absolutely. He's available. Kyle Kuzma's available for sure. Without hesitation, he's available. Ooh. The question is, what do you want to give me for him?
You're gonna have to give me a shooter.
If you have that much confidence in Kyle Kuzma, like Kyle Kuzma has that much confidence in Kyle Kuzma these days, because he's saying put some respect on his name. I saw a tweet. What is going on here, bro? Like what did you do to deserve to say that? Like what? I don't understand. You played okay. You had some okay moments, bro. But I'm not finna. You're not a put respect on your name type of guy right now.
And you know I was on Kyle Kuzma head.
Afford to say that. Can't afford to say that.
No.
So I'm making him available because some GMs seem to believe that he can go. So I'll make him available.
Okay.
But the price has to be right, baby.
Well, let me ask you, do you make, if this was on the table, mm-hmm. A pick or two, Zach LaVine, and just swapping out Zach LaVine for Kyle Kuzma over in LA?
I don't think they do that. I don't think they do that. I don't think the Bulls would do that. That you talking about a vastly improved player in Zach LaVine, who's on a totally different level than Kyle Kuzma ever dreamed of being on. Like, I think they're not doing that. But look, there are some dummies in the National Basketball Association. So let me take that back. Because the Brooklyn Nets took Timothy Mozgov's contract from us. So there are some dummies. Dummies born every day.
Well, it's a couple of smart people in the NBA, like Jabari Parker is opting into his contract with the Sacramento Kings. Why? Because no other team is going to pay him the amount of money that he's going to make this year. Andre Drummond is staying in Cleveland, 20 plus something $million a year. No other team is going to give Andre Drummond that amount of money right now, so he's opting in. There were a couple of NBA players who opted into their contracts. What's your favorite point guard over in Memphis? Not Memphis, but Utah, that played for Memphis.
Jr. Yeah, he had to, because again, like you said, no one is gonna pay him that amount of money. That mistake was made already. It's not gonna happen again.
Yeah. So with
2 days, the highest paid player in the league.
Yikes.
That's rough to believe,
bro. So, and there was a dummy that paid him that money. I think it was the same dummy that retired Tony Allen's jersey.
I'm still confused by that. Still a bit confused by that, bro.
How did that happen, bros?
Like I like Tony Allen. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, Tony Allen was pretty great defensive player. I mean, but that's about it. Like,
he wasn't even always healthy. He wasn't even always healthy for Memphis.
No. In Boston is where he did the most damage, I'd say.
That's it.
But a jersey hanging in the Raptors, though, like, Nah, G. Nah, I can't get with that. I can't get with that, man.
They need to take Justin Timberlake off the board of directors over there for making that move. Yikes, bros.
Wow.
Yikes.
Justin Timberlake. From Memphis, Tennessee.
Well, let me tell you this, man. With this draft coming tomorrow,
yes,
it seems like LaMelo is getting a lot more tread as far as being picked number one. He that good, bros?
I mean, I'm looking at him over this past year, and I've seen a lot of growth in this dude, bro. When he was overseas, he was allowed to play free, but still play within the team concept and still showcase his talent. LaMelo Ball is a pretty good basketball player, bro.
I want to know what team concept he was in where the boys scored 91 points, almost scoring 100 damn points.
The cherry picking concept, I'll tell you. It was the cherry picking concept, bro. That's the team.
That's not going to work in the NBA. You're going to have to play some defense, G.
It's not. You got to play some defense, bro. But my thing is to kind of, bring some positive to him. First of all, he had like a growth spurt. Like at one point he was like 6'3", now the kid like 6'7".
Yeah.
Long. We know he's athletic. He's a great passer. And he's a pretty decent shooter of the basketball too. So I want to be able to see him. I mean, we didn't get a chance to have any NBA, combines, this year. So we really couldn't see how he looked.
And
yeah, and that kind of sucked a little bit, man, because I wanted to see the kid from Georgia. I wanted to see him work out.
Yeah.
And I wanted to see the kid from Dayton work out. Those were the two I was really, really interested in. I mean, you got James Wiseman over in Memphis, who had he come out, if he was able to come out last year as a high schooler, he'd have been the number one pick, in my opinion, and a lot of others. But it's going to be real interesting to see without the combine and not seeing these dudes really work out like that.
Right.
How the GMs maneuver with these picks. Now they got enough film, so seeing these dudes play, I don't think is the real issue, but actually seeing them in a disciplined environment where they have to perform, I think is something that the GMs are missing, in that aspect. But it's some pretty decent basketball players that you've never heard of in this draft, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm really interested in looking at this draft tomorrow and seeing a little bit more trades and a little bit more people moving. And I'm really interested to see if the Lakers are really going to make a deal for Kyle Kuzma. And if not, it just tells me that, they kind of believe in him and they got a feeling that he's going to, kind of step up his game. I wonder if that conversation has been had with him or AD and LeBron and just, him really becoming, that person that they want him to be. Because let's be honest, LeBron James isn't getting any younger. And at some point in time, you've been in the league and you've been showing so much promise. Show us the promise.
Yeah, let's do it right now and hurry up about it because you're coming up on year 4, bro. This is year 4 for Kyle Kuzma, right?
Yeah, because if I was Rob Pelinka, I would pull Kuzma into my office and say, "Look, man, we gave up BI because we believed in you."
Yeah.
A lot of people wanted you a couple of years ago. A lot of people wanted us to get rid of you. Show us why. Show us why we kept you.
Absolutely. I totally agree with that, bro. Show us why we should keep you around Tinseltown, bro, in his purple and gold. Show us. Show us, man.
Because he out there playing like a deer in headlights.
Yeah. I mean, my man's just like, yo. Like sometimes I'll be like, okay, Kyle. Okay, KK. We see you, KK. That's the University of Utah KK that I know. And then he gives us nothing.
OC.
He's
He gives
OC.
us a whole lot of OC.
Like, what is this dude on right now, bro?
Well, the NBA is fantastic, man.
Absolutely.
We appreciate everybody still here with the Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio, man. Crew with your guy, Dre Bailey.
Man, Goose Thomas.
Look, man, we need to get into a little bit of this football, man. And let me ask you something, man. What's up with your guy, Nick Foles, man? Is he?
Hey, man, look, I told y'all, bro. Like, oh my gosh, bro. And from my understanding, I didn't watch First Take today, but from my understanding, Stephen A. Smith stole what I've been saying for the last 2 years, bro. He said it today on First Take.
Just like he stole our intro music that we used.
Yeah.
I got a feeling that Stephen A.C. Be watching our show, bro.
I think he do, man. I think he be sneaking a peek, bro. He be sneaking a peek. So what Stephen A. Smith said today, to my understanding, was that in reference to Nick Foles, he seems to come in and save the day. Though that was his quote. I didn't use that quote, but I did say this. I want to see Nick Foles from the beginning of the season carry a team through 16 ball games. I will judge him off that. To have him be on the sideline 8, 9, 10 weeks, 12 weeks in the case of the Super Bowl year that when the Eagles won. I don't want to see you come in after not playing a down under center, and then all of a sudden you just hit a spark, bro.
Right.
All of a sudden, the ebbs and flows of the season that you did not experience are no longer there because everybody's all of a sudden healthy now.
Right.
Like I don't understand that. I am puzzled by that.
Well,
I asked this question a couple of years ago, and nobody had the answer for me.
They still don't.
And they still don't in 2020 going on to 2021. We watched them get hurt last year in Jacksonville when he had the team all to himself. We watched them get hurt. So Carson Wentz don't get to use that excuse, but Nick Foles does. All right, moving on. Now we get to Chicago. You got Mitchell Trubisky, who everybody out there know I don't like, dude. So I don't dog in this fight, bro. I don't like dude. And we talking about from college days when he was in North Carolina. I'm a Florida State fan, so I got to watch him play. He was not impressive at all to me.
I like Mitch.
I don't, man.
I think they pulled the trigger too quick on Mitch, though.
I believe so, but here's the thing, though. They were actually winning football games with Mitchell Trubisky under center. Actually, how many they done won since he hasn't been under center? Come on, bro. They done dropped 4 out of their last 5. What are we talking about? But then the narrative makers get to blame it on the offensive line. The same offensive line that was blocking for Mitchell Trubisky.
Yeah.
The same one. Now all of a sudden the line stinks. Well, they were 5-0 with him. So now all of a sudden they just suck. They just suck the very next day. Come on, y'all. I'm not getting ready to allow y'all to do this, man. No, do it. You're not going to do it in my presence. I'm like an elephant, bro. I don't forget.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this: they're gonna forget the fact that they put Nick Foles in behind center too quickly, because now it looks like he has a serious injury. Did it look like he hurt his back in last night's game?
It looked like the back, but the report is his hip.
Ugh.
They're saying it's a hip pointer, but that doesn't look the way he landed. And I'm trying to envision it. The way he landed didn't necessarily look like a hip pointer, because the hip pointer is more in front here. He got picked up and absolutely slammed earth, bro. And it looked more like his back or lower back hip, on the side.
Yeah.
Versus a hip pointer, which would be more toward the front.
Toward the front.
Yeah. So that's what we're gonna go with.
Well, Mitchell's not playing either. Mitchell's hurt too.
Mitchell's hurt. We don't know who the quarterback gonna be next week.
I know he wish he wasn't hurt though.
Oh man.
He's like, man, I get my job back.
Right, for real. Off of that. Speaking of injured, Drew Brees.
No.
Collapsed lung.
Yikes.
Several broken ribs. Ugh. Jameis Winston is now his replacement if they decide to put him on IR. Because if they put him on IR, it's a minimum of 3 weeks that he's out. So Sean Payton has a big-time decision, getting the information back from medical staff on what exactly to do with Drew Brees, man. I personally think it's over for him. I think he's done
for the season.
I think this will be his last season.
Wow.
Yeah. I think this will be his last year.
Mr. Crab Legs himself.
Yeah.
Gets an opportunity
or chance
with a pretty decent football team with Kamara. You got Sanders. You got Thomas. You got Tatum Hill. You got a nice little team that's behind you. What do you think Mr. Crab Legs himself, Jameis Winston, is going to do with this team? I think he's going to be able to get the ball to Sanders and Thomas a little bit more than Drew Brees did. Mm-hmm. I think he's going to take this team and do some really good things with this team. Mm-hmm. Jameis Winston still is a good quarterback in this league, bro.
Just passed for 5,000 yards, guys. Like we gotta we have to understand what he was working with exactly, and I really want to explain what he was working with exactly. He was working with a receiver in Mike Evans, who at times didn't run his routes completely.
Still does.
Be honest about this thing, right? He was working with zero run game. Zero run game. Which is why he had to pass the ball so much, which was why they were losing and being down in football games so much. You weren't able to control the clock. When you're not able to control the clock, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. That's what's happening when you're not able to control the clock with your run game. Now, all of a sudden, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have this awesome run game, and all of a sudden, Mike Evans is actually running routes, man. Chris Godwin's been a little bit hurt, but now they got 2 tight ends that they can go to in Cameron Brate and Rob Gronkowski. Yeah. All of a sudden, everything is clicking around Tom Brady. It's funny how that happens, man. Extremely funny how that happens, man, especially the black quarterbacks. But we'll go forward. We're not going to spend any time on that because you guys knew that already. So I'm not going to explain it to you. But let's be honest. Let's keep it a buck.
Yeah.
Jameis Winston threw for 33 touchdowns last season.
Yep.
For over 5,000 yards. I want to say a little over 60% completion percentage. He was around 63, 64% in that area, which is not bad. It's not crazy terrible. But let's look at those interceptions that he threw last year. Let's look at a lot of them. Half of them. Say half of them.
Half of them when he hit the ball.
Yeah, a lot of them were due to receivers not running routes, stopping on routes, and you have your occasional tip ball, a pass that goes right through a receiver's hands to a waiting defensive back that's just standing there that got beat on a play or whatever the case may be. If you chop his interceptions in half and give him 15 and 33 and 15 picks, that's less than a pick a game, right?
Yep.
Which we've seen quarterbacks toss picks all around the yard, bro. Like we've seen this, and they continue to keep their jobs.
Yep.
We looking at least he'd at least made the Pro Bowl. He'd have been a Pro Bowl quarterback. I mean, somebody y'all correct me if I'm wrong here. I can't see the live feed, so I don't see who's chiming in and who's not. But you chop those interceptions in half with what I just told you, we're looking at a Pro Bowl quarterback in Jameis Winston, and they probably would have won 10 games.
Yep. I think he steps in, inherits a really good football team, and I don't think that they lose much. But I expect Jameis Winston to come in and put up some big numbers. And so I'm interested in seeing him actually do well with this New Orleans Saints team, man.
Absolutely. And looking at the weapons that he actually has a run game. You can check down to Alvin Kamara and he can turn a 1 yard flare into 30, like we've seen, bro. Like he didn't have that when he was in Tampa. He didn't have that. Now he does. Now he does. And I'm really interested to see just how well he does, man, with these guys around him. For at least, if they put Drew Brees on the IR, for at least 3 weeks, we'll see him.
Yeah.
I'll play Teddy Bridgewater when Teddy had the squad last season. Let's see.
And speaking of injuries, Teddy Bridgewater was hurt in his game too. I don't think he's going to be, playing for the Panthers. He hurt his other knee. Probably not as severe as the one that had him sidelined for a year and a half.
Right.
But he's probably going to miss a couple of weeks, maybe. We'll see. Some significant time right there. And not to mention his injury. What, bros? What is going on with Russell Wilson?
I think he just had a bad outing, man. Ended up throwing 2 picks. I really just think he had a bad outing. I really do. I don't expect that to continue for Russell Wilson. And if it does, I'll be here to talk about it.
And speaking of that game, man, we got the Arizona Cardinals who just came off of a Hail Mary play of the century. That has probably got to be one of the best catches I've ever seen in the National Football Association.
We're talking about, and I've been saying this for a while, so people that's listening and watching, please don't be surprised when I say this. DeAndre Hopkins is the best wide receiver in the National Football League.
How long you been saying that, though?
For at least 2 years, for sure. And I'll tell you why. Because people tend to look at numbers and equate the numbers that they see with play on the field, which what they actually bring as a football player.
Yeah.
And if you watch DeAndre Hopkins play football, you can clearly see that he's just better than everybody else. He's better than everybody else. So names get brought up like Julio Jones, right? Supremely talented, great wide receiver, not taking anything from him. How often does he stay healthy?
Lately?
Not very much, does he? Okay. Nope. All right. You have names like Michael Thomas, who caught 1 million footballs last year, right? Okay. What else does he do?
Stay hurt.
And stay suspended. Can he block? Does he make catches over defenders like you see Nuke Hopkins do time and time again? Does he do that? Mm-mm. No, he doesn't. And I like Michael Thomas. I do. But when we're talking about the wide receiver position in its totality, dog, Nuke Hopkins is the best the NFL has to offer, bro.
Who's a close second right now?
I like my man's in Green Bay.
Devonte Adams.
Devonte Adams, absolutely. Yeah. I think he gets overlooked, bro.
Yeah,
I really do. He gets overlooked, man. Devonte Adams is nice, yo.
And he's nice, bro.
It's overlooked, bro. Right now, Devonte Adams is a top 5 rank. I believe he's the top rated, according to Football Focus, Pro Football Focus, who I tend to go by Pro Football Focus more than any other what you would deem a metric system or whatever the case may be, because their people actually watch the football games and see what people do in totality. It's not just broken down into, catching the football and running with it. They break down everything that a wide receiver does and they grade them on it.
Yep.
We talking tons of eyes on these football players. And that's why I look at Pro Football Focus more than anything. They're fair with their ratings, and they actually watch football games, bro. Yep. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? we sit over here just about every Sunday, you and I, right here in the garage, bro, and watch football games, bro.
Yep.
Not the highlights.
Nah, bro, it's the whole game. Not 3 or 4 games at a time.
We're watching 3 games at a time, bro. We're watching the games. And I think that's the difference with some people, man. People aren't watching the games, man. And it pisses me off, honestly. It really does, man. It does.
I used to feel like that when I used to be in Long Beach, man, and all of the basketball fans that I used to hang with would only watch Laker games, while I was the only one with the NBA League Pass at home watching other games other than Laker games.
Absolutely.
And so you say somebody else is dope, they're like, oh, he's trash. I'm like, well, how many games you watch him play?
How many games you watch him play?
I watched the highlights. He wasn't on. Shut up.
Nobody wants. Come on, man. I hate that, bro. That's like it makes my balls itch. It really does, man. People can't sit and watch the games, bro. It would be.
I'm a Laker fan. I don't need to watch no other teams play.
Well, why not?
You can't critique no other player then.
Can't. Impossible. If you don't watch them play, you can't critique. Simple. Sucks. I hate it.
Let me tell you this: we got a Thursday night game coming.
So
you got a struggling Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks, who have lost 2 games. I don't see them losing 3 in a row, but you do have a hot Arizona Cardinals team who's coming off a huge victory with 5 seconds to go on a Hail Mary play to Hopkins against the Bills. Who do you have in this Thursday night game, since our record on Thursday night is abysmal?
Putrid. Give me the Seattle Seahawks, bro.
I was going to take the Seahawks, too.
I keep punishing myself, bro. I really do. I keep punishing myself, man. But I just believe that Russell Wilson, in his MVP form, will find a way to win this football game. I believe that.
I mean, they defense got to find a way. Because let me tell you, like I said on the show a couple of days ago on Saturday, Kyler Murray just don't stop coming at you, bro. He don't.
He doesn't at all. And it's crazy, man, because coming into this season, we knew the Seattle Seahawks had zero pass rush. We knew that. We knew that coming in. Then Bruce Irvin gets hurt, and you're like, well, that solidifies it. Yep. They really don't have any pass rush now. So I just think Russell Wilson finds a way to win this football game, bro. I really do.
Me too.
You got to think, too, no Chris Carson last week, and I think the week before, and no Carlos Hyde either. So I'm not just putting the onus squarely on them not being there, because that would be irresponsible, because you still have an MVP quarterback, a Super Bowl winning quarterback in Russell Wilson that can get the job done. This ain't Nate Peterman that's lining up under center here. We're talking about an MVP caliber quarterback and a top 5 quarterback in this league, non-debatable. So that can overcome that.
So even though that the Cardinals are coming off a big win, they got all of the momentum and the energy. You still gonna go with the home team in the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah. And I think I'm punishing myself by doing it.
No, I'm gonna go with the Seahawks too. But if I lose this in the league that we play in, if I lose this Thursday night game,
I'm gonna be upset.
You know,
be upset.
Because the race is real close. We need all W's we can get.
All the dubs. We need all the dubs. Yo, Quan, how much time we got, man? What we looking at right now?
Let me see. Hold on.
In that time-wise, baby boy.
He ain't responded to my text. I texted him that about 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we'll see. Tiffany Evans says Wilson is on the downslide.
What? Downslide? No, I wouldn't say that. Why would he be on the downslide?
Ooh, I don't know about that.
You must don't like him, Tiff. Right there, man.
Let me find out you at the mad that Sierra at the house with Russell.
Right.
Young Johnny Mathis.
Young Johnny. Oh man. Appreciate that, Quan. Yeah, man. I just don't see Russell Wilson in his MVP form allowing for a third straight loss. I don't see it.
I can't see that. And if that happens, I may not pick another Seattle game.
I'm not gonna pick a Thursday night game for the rest of the year. I think it might be 3 or 4 more left. I'm just not gonna pick it.
Bro, it's ridiculous, bros.
I'm just not gonna pick it.
It's ridiculous.
Unless it's obvious. And then even then you can't even make that assumption.
Right. So let me ask you this, man. Is Baltimore having a little bit of a hangover? They're losing some games. I don't think a lot of people are talking about the Baltimore Ravens. They're losing some games that they should be winning, bros.
Absolutely. I totally agree, man. And
is Lamar Jackson, have we seen the best of him already?
No, but I think you've seen the worst of Greg Roman.
Yeah.
And I can say that because he was the offensive coordinator for my 49ers at one point.
It's tragic, bro.
It's a very, very vanilla offense that he presents. Greg Roman is not innovative by no stretch of the imagination. Greg Roman uses the talent that he has on his offensive line for running and pass blocking, and a strict diet of the run game. That's what Greg Roman does. That's what he's always done in Frisco when he was the OC in Buffalo, and he's doing it right now in Baltimore.
They need to get rid of him, bro.
He's predictable. Greg Roman is very predictable, bro.
How does he continue to keep a job, though?
That's another conversation for another day, but I think you already know the answer to that.
The complexion.
I think you already know the answer for that, bro. But yeah, Greg Roman is just very vanilla, man. And I think it worked in San Francisco simply because you had this tremendous offensive line blocking for a tremendous running back in Frank Gore. And he was allowed to do things do the Frank Gore things that he does, and rarely get touched doing it. Like, right. I mean, it was amazing to watch the dude run the football, man. He didn't get touched till 7-8 yards down the field. Like, it was crazy. But it was reported that the opposing defenses are calling out the plays that the Baltimore Ravens are running. Now, that's not uncommon, because shoot, we did it as kids. Like, we kind of knew what was coming, a lot of the times. We played, high school ball and, even, Pop Warner or whatever the case was. But we're talking about professional football teams here, where when these dudes get to camp, they get a playbook this thick, a lot of them. So why do professional football teams know what other professional football teams are doing right off the top, though? Like, they know where the ball is going. Like, it's one thing to watch film and see tendencies. It's another thing to line up all 11 men right there where the ball about to be. That's something totally different. And
if your playbook is this thick, but you're only using this much of it.
Oh, man. Come on, man. Now, either Greg Roman is afraid, like my coach in the Water Boy, just gave his playbook up. Either he's afraid.
Gave it up,
man. Yeah, let me get that. On this loose leaf paper, bro. Let me get that watch. Either he's afraid, or what I don't want to believe and what I'm not going to believe is that Lamar Jackson is limited. I'm not going to believe that, bro. I'm not. So I'll go with the third thing that I was thinking. He might need some more weapons on the outside, bro.
Didn't they just sign Des Bryant?
Yeah, but I haven't seen him touch the field, or it's a possibility he could have been cut.
Wow.
I didn't hear anything come of it. So we really don't know right now at this point.
Go out and get T.O. and Ocho Cinco. I think they still got a lot to give.
Man, put a jersey on Jerry Rice, man. He'll route somebody right now.
I know he need to take that terrible hoop earring out of his ear already.
ASAP, bro. You supposed to been did that. You late. Son, you are late. Get that hoop earring out of there already, bro.
Oh my God, bro.
Dang. So you be wearing.
Let me bring this up. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yeah.
Are they the real deal or no?
My eye tells me that they are.
Ooh.
And when we would have our back and forth, last year in fun, obviously, with them being decimated with injuries and being, no quarterback. They're down to the third string running back. The only thing that halfway stayed intact was their offensive line, and I don't even think that happened. Their defense wasn't nearly as good as it is right now. Wasn't even close. They still managed to go 8-8 with what they had on the football field at that time.
Terrible quarterback too.
It was bad. It was bad all the way around, bro. But you bring Big Ben back fresh off the elbow surgery. You get your receivers healthy. You bring in Chase Claypool, huge draft pick out of Notre Dame, gigantic. What a pick that was. And you get Connor back healthy. I mean, that spells 9-0.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't really make it any more simpler than that, bro. That spells 9-0.
Well, I know they play against the Jaguars, which, you know, the Jaguars play the Steelers really good. I like the Jaguars defense.
No trap game. This is no trap game. They're going to kill them.
You think so?
Jacksonville. They're going to absolutely kill them.
You think Pittsburgh Steelers are going to kill Jacksonville?
40.
I think it's going to be closer than what people think.
Who's under center for the Jacksonville Jaguars next week?
Whoever it is did better than Minshew.
Couldn't tell you.
I couldn't tell you either.
Tell you.
I still like Jaguars defense, but I'm gonna still take the Pittsburgh Steelers because I'm a homer. But I don't think that it's gonna be a blowout like people were thinking with this Jacksonville team.
It's gonna get killed. I gotta stick by it, bro. They're gonna get killed, bro. I think they get annihilated in their home building. I really do. You done mess around and gave the Pittsburgh Steelers some good weather? Come on, man. What? Yeah. They're gonna get killed.
Well, it damn sure ain't gonna be because of Tomlin.
Well, I mean, let's not go there. Like, come on, man. Come on. Look, man, I really think Coach Tomlin has been really coaching these dudes up, man. Like, if you saw his interview, I want to say it was either earlier today or yesterday. He's not taking the Jacksonville Jaguars lightly. I am, but he's not. And as a professional football team, you have to respect other professional football players, right? Yeah. But when teams aren't good, they just aren't good, bro. Like the Jacksonville Jaguars aren't a good football team.
No, they're not.
Some good players, though. I like some of the players that they have, but they stink as a unit.
Yikes.
Staff, record label, and as a crew, they stink. Yeah.
It's gonna be interesting, man. It's gonna be real interesting, man. I'm looking forward to this draft tomorrow, and I'm looking forward to this Thursday night game to see if I actually win another Thursday night game.
Man.
And I'm really interested in seeing how the rest of this National Football League is going to turn out as far as people's fantasy drafts and our little league that we're in, man. You got anything you want to say to the people before we get out of here?
Man, just continue to stay safe, man. Continue to love on one another, man. I think that's more important than anything. Continuing to love on one another, man. And again, shout out to my fraternity brother, man, part of the SpaceX crew that docked at the International Space Station on last night. Victor Glover, an engineer 3 times over, man. It's amazing what that dude has accomplished in his life, man. And just a down-to-earth dude. I got a chance to talk to dude, man, and the dude just down-to-earth, man. He can chill with us right now and talk sports. Like he's just a regular dude, but he's a real life astronaut in these streets. You know what I'm saying? And he's black.
Right.
I think that's more important than anything. He's black.
That's so dope, though, bros. I mean, I remember being at your house this past Sunday and we were talking about it, man. And just to be in that situation, man, engineer 3 times over, that means that the guy is a math magician out of this world. And, just being black and being able to have the opportunity to do something of this magnitude, man, really shows how far we've come, man. We got a long way to go, but we got, we're on our way, man. I remember being in elementary school and a TV being inside of the classroom when NASA was getting ready to, take off, and they had a teacher. On that. Yeah, man. And I remember seeing something really tragic as a kid, just seeing it on TV. It was really surreal, man, to see that. And
5 years old when that happened, man.
Bro, yeah, you were 5?
I was 5 years old when that happened. But I remember it was 1986 when that happened.
Yeah. I was 10. Yeah. I remember being in school watching that, man, and it was just, I was like, well, that's something that I don't want to do. It made me not want to do that. And for him to look at that, because I'm pretty sure he saw it too, and say, you know what? I still want to do that, and I still want to be, that guy, and still dream and have those dreams, man. That's just salute. That's all you can do is salute someone, man. That's all you can do.
It's big, man. We're going to continue to highlight greatness. We're going to continue to highlight
black excellence.
And black excellence, man, at all times, man. It's never going to stop. It's never going to die because we deserve it.
Right. Yeah, we do. And I'm going to continue to always show my love and gratitude towards you, man. Black excellence sent your way, man. I appreciate you for being such a great, co-host for the Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk radio show for a better part of a decade. And
that's crazy. That's crazy.
Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk radio, man, would not be where it is without you, man. And so with that being said, man, I salute you too, man. I salute you, G.
Yes, indeed, man.
Yeah.
Let's continue to climb up the totem pole, man.
Yeah, let's do it, man. And we appreciate Gorilla Cross Studios for taking the time out to let us broadcast the show to our followers and things like that. And we appreciate everybody who was on our live feed, the Tiffany Evans, the Jeff Marshalls, the DeMarcus Josephs, the Chris Williamsons, Rico, Christine Brown, Tracy Wells, Finesse, Teresa, all of our, Tara, Chris Wynn, everybody who is always showing Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk love, man. We appreciate y'all. Tamika Bolton, who's always the first one on. David Little, who's always on.
She beats us to the live, literally beats us to the live.
Literally.
I don't understand how she does it.
Look, man, we love it, man. We love doing this show, man. We love giving you guys Donovan Diaz, a buddy of mine that I met up in college, man. And I know you got a couple of shots out too.
Man, just everybody, man. Everybody that's continued to support us, man, from day one, man. Just, all my friends and family that have continued to support what we have going, man, and that most importantly believe in what we do.
Yeah.
These people believe in what we do, bro. Like, I talk to people, about our show, and these people believe in what we do. So when you have when you have tons of people that believe in what you do just as much as you believe in what you do, you're all right.
Yeah.
You're all right, bro.
And we getting there, man. We getting high, man. We going higher, man. And we got some great things that we want to share with you guys as far as Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Media. And
yes, sir.
We got more apparel and things coming out, man. More hoodies and more beanies and more things some socks and some, let the balls bounce underwear line we're starting. I still need to, I'm really torn on just the type of material that I want for the let the balls bounce,
down. It's going down. No matter what fabric, it's going down.
It is going down, man. So, please follow Let the Ball Bounce on Facebook, Let the Ball Bounce on IG, Let the Ball Bounce at gmail.com, Let the Ball Bounce on Twitter, and that's with 1 T. Follow Let the Ball Bounce everywhere, man. And also pay attention to Goose Thomas's page and Dre Bailey's page, man, as we all throw throwback shows of the Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk Radio. And then you can always listen to us and see us on YouTube. And if you download the Gorilla Cross app on your phone, go to the Play Store, download Gorilla Cross app, man. You can always follow the Let the Ball Bounce Sports Talk crew, man. And so with that being said, man, this is your guy, Dre Bailey.
Man, Goose Thomas.
And guess what, man? If you scared,
better go to church.